From Television City in Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen, meet the Smothers Brothers.
Tonight we'd like to do a very silly song about a serious problem, which is the lengths to which a man will go to satisfy a vain woman.
Yes, and these tragic consequences of these vanities of these lengths.
For which he sought after.
For which he sought after.
Hit it.
Harry Higgins, he was short and fat. He lived on the beach at Higgins Flat. He loved a girl who was lean and thin, and he wanted that girl to marry him.
Mary Wiggins was the lady's name. Mary wouldn't marry Harry, and it was a shame. For he was fat, and she was thin, and she wouldn't wed, 'cause she's as fat as him.
Yes, Mary Wiggins wanted to be fat. I mean, probably most of you people would think that's kind of strange for a woman to want to be fat, but Mary Wiggins wasn't an ordinary woman.
Right.
She was a clam woman. She was a regular clam.
She was
forgot
a clam,
to tell
but you
you
forgot
that.
Harry Higgins was a clam also. He was a big fat clam, fatter than most, but you float better that way.
And Mary Wiggins, since she was a skinny clam, she'd go out swimming and she'd boom right down to the bottom. That's why she wanted to be fat. So Harry was going to fatten her up, and it was the biggest problem a clam could have. Harry Wiggins had his work cut out to make skinny Mary fat and stout. I'll fatten you up if anyone can. It was a great big challenge for a short fat clam. Yes, it was a mighty challenge for Harry, as anyone knows who knows anything about clams. For some of you that don't know, clams are itsy bitsy tinsy wincy animals who live in the ocean, and they're very particular, Dickie. Clams are very particular about what they eat. They just don't eat anything. They're fussy
That's
eaters.
right. They are fussy eaters, but
Yes.
they're not so small. They big. There's big clams, small clams.
Just, yeah.
But they eat funny. That's right.
They
Why
only
don't you mention to the people what they eat?
They eat special things, Dickie. They're very fussy eaters.
Clam food. They
Yes.
eat. Well, what kind of food do they eat? I mean, just name a few types of foods that they eat.
Some of them eat.
Come on, Sid. What does a clam eat?
Well, some of them will eat
What?
whales. Yeah, they eat whales.
Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Clams don't eat whales.
Sounds ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. They eat amoebas.
Some of the clams eat amoebas, but after eating some amoebas, a couple hours later you're hungry. But eat just one whale, and that sticks with you.
They don't eat whales.
Biggest-
They don't eat whales.
They-
They
oh.
can't eat whales. How do they eat a whale? How does a little teeny-weeny clam eat a great big whale?
You don't think?
How?
You don't think
How can a clam eat a whale?
Very slowly. But that's not the problem. The biggest trick is to catch one. See, once a clam catches a whale, they're set for life. But this is what the story's about. Harry Wiggins was going to catch a clam for Mary to make her fat, but it was very hard to catch a whale. You know, it's very hard for a clam to catch a whale. Why don't you ask me how was he going to catch a whale? Because I've got a really clever answer.
Okay, how is Harry going to catch a great big whale?
Well, see, he was going out to dig a big whale pit, a whale hole in the ocean. And
Oh, he's going to dig a pit in the bottom of the ocean?
No, in the water. Right
That's what I said, in the bottom of the ocean.
No,
in the water.
in the ocean. He's going to dig a hole in the
middle
ocean.
of the water?
In the middle of the water. He puts seaweed over it, and the whales, they're not really bright. They just swim right over it and boom, right into the bottom of this whale pit. Harry Higgins floated out to sea, so nonchalant and fat was he. He went right where those whales were at, and dug a hole and set a trap. He hung around till the whales came by. A big one saw him and Harry said hi. The whale said ho, and he raised his fin and reached the hole and just fell in. Kerplunk! Then Harry dragged that whale to shore. Mary ate it up and she asked for more. She was finally as fat as Harry at last. Then she died.
really rotten.
For Mary Wiggins, 8, 2,